What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is Harley here at EpicTube HD. Hope you guys are having a wonderful end of the week. We're about to start the weekend, and big, big news just dropped over at Metazoo Games on the official Discord server, and we are about to go over that. Real quickly, I just want to say we had a great time this past weekend at the Dark Tower, aka also, or not aka, but also the Mothman Festival in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. I just put up a trailer over on my Instagram. Check it out. It is a dark veil. The veil has fallen. The fog is out. It's really dark. It starts off really cool and spooky, and it gives the whole Indrid Cold and Mothman vibes, and then it goes on from there. And I will have the rest of the video out hopefully this weekend. If not this weekend, the first of next week. There's a lot to go through still. I only just finished the beginning. So basically the intro is the trailer as well. But hopefully you guys will check that out. Again, it is on my Instagram if you guys want to check the trailer out. But let's get into the big news of the day. A lot of people have been asking what's going on. What is going on with Caster's Cup? Now, before we go there, let's just start how this all began. This began at the beginning of the year with the announcement of a series of towers, the auras. They were all going to be representative. You were going to go play at these things. You were going to become the champion, have your way into the Caster's Cup, and all that fun stuff. And of course, it started off in Ohio. We were in Mason, Ohio, just outside of Cincinnati, the home of Kings Island, one of the coolest amusement parks out there. And that's where the first tower was held. It was the water tower. We had probably one of the best times ever there. That was the sign of something super cool. And again, it was really epic, guys. I had a great time there. If you want to see my video, it's on the YouTube channel here. Check it out. One of my favorite videos I actually made. From there, we then went to the Earth Tower, which was held in New York City. Now, that caught a lot of people off, a little bit. We kind of thought it was going to be held in a few other places. We were thinking Las Vegas, upper New York. We were kind of thinking wherever there was like a strong Native American vibe at is where they're going to held it. But they held it in New York City, in Brooklyn, actually, where I came from. So that was pretty interesting. So we had Earth Tower, and then we were supposed to have our third tower, which was Forest, which was supposed to be held in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Now, that was going to be a really tough one. Everyone was already getting nervous about it. It's really far on the north side of Wisconsin. Not an easy place to get to at all. In fact, very difficult. And so everyone was a little worried. Well, they postponed that one. So that kind of, everyone breathed, because they were a little relieved on that one. It was going to be a tough one to get to, right? From there, we were going to have the next one, which was Dallas Flame Tower. Now, what happened with that, it got pushed back a little bit, which was fine. We still held it in Dallas. It went down. We had our champion. And then we were supposed to go to Long Beach for the Collecticon. They were also going to have Spirit Tower. They postponed that one as well. So we did 3 towers. They postponed that one. And then, of course, this past weekend, it was Dark Aura time, Dark Tower, at the Mothman Festival in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And that one did go down. We did crown our champion. And again, we were all super excited. They were great events, but they were all leading up to what's coming in about 3 weeks. So that's Caster's Cup. Now, the initial indication from the very beginning from Metazoo Games was that Caster's Cup would be held at New York City Comic Con. Now, if you guys don't know, last year, they had a huge booth, and I was welcomed into the Metazoo family and got to be a part of it last year, and I'm so thankful for that to this day. I had the time of my life. Now, I worked my butt off for the entire 4 days we were there. In fact, I was there for 5 days, and I worked my butt off, along with my son. And, we got to enjoy the con a bit. We did, but man, we worked our butts off. We had a great time being a part of the event with Metazoo, and I was proud to be representing Metazoo while we were there. And I was so looking forward to doing it again this year. I was hoping that I'd get invited to come along again, film it, be a part of it, help them out, and all that stuff. I haven't heard anything yet, so I don't know if I'm going back this year, but I definitely would love to, but we'll see what happens on that. However, this leads me up to the big news. So as I said, all indications were they were going to have Casters Cup held at New York City Comic Con. I mean, what better place to hold your worlds, right, than at New York City Comic Con with all the people. They definitely tried to make it happen. That much I think was clear. They were trying to work something out with Comic Con, but with 100 to 200, maybe even 400 people coming in, I don't think Comic Con saw that in the same light as Metazoo did. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but unfortunately, it was a failed effort in getting them to come on board and make this happen. However, they still gave indications that they were doing everything they could to try to make this happen, including using the brand new online client, which is still in beta testing phase. They were really pushing for that, I think, to be finished on time, to maybe somehow hold it through there and then bring just the top 32 in. But ultimately, everybody, they just announced. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at this announcement together so that we can all read this. Now, I'm going to read it off my phone because, unfortunately, I don't think I can see it on the screen very well. Let's see if I can make it happen here. Let's see if we can enlarge this real quickly for you guys here. Well, I should say enlarge it for me because you guys should be able to see it pretty well here. So as I look here, yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. I'm gonna read it directly off the phone. I think that would be the best thing to do for me, at least. So let's read it, everyone. This is from the president of Metazoo, Andy Murat. Hi all. Quick but not so quick Friday update. As we see Carnival big tops going up in the distance, and even what appears to be a roller coaster being assembled by some potentially shady looking beasties, I'd like to take a moment to circle back in all the exciting stuff we'll have going on at New York City Comic Con. I didn't say that part, but I did. Cool Rami's Cryptid Carnival is a love letter to the Sanrio brand and to Kurami, whose birthday, which is serendipitously on Halloween. This set features Kurami and her best friends, My Melody and Hello Kitty, as they make friends with the beastie inhabitants of and explore a magical carnival that's appeared nearby. Metazoo's New York Comic Con 2023 booth will be entirely dedicated to this, and let me tell you, you won't want to miss it. Keeping in line with the theme and the significant new audience we'll be introducing ourselves to there, we've made the tough decision to remove Casters Cup from the Comic-Con venue to make way for an entire setup dedicated to introing the new and returning players to our online client. We'll have a dedicated space at the convention specifically earmarked for us outside of our booth. We wouldn't be able to provide the level of quality and immersion that we know you guys are all expecting for a Casters Cup there. As many that have covered, attended, competed in, or simply followed along with, our tower events have felt significantly smoother and more streamlined event after event, and I plan to keep that specialized focused on gameplay on the community that we've all grown to expect from our tower events. We'll still have a Casters Cup. Let me switch over to the other one now. Let's see here. We will still have a this is the big news now. Listen here. We will still have a Casters Cup this year, but until then, we're going to continue with our usual event cadence in the meantime. The venue and date that we've picked will be announced later, but it will be much more immersive, much more community-oriented, and so much more than Metazoo. I'd like to take this time and urge everyone else to as well congratulate our events team for the fantastic events they've been putting on this year. Surely nobody is more saddened by postponing than they are, and their significant amount of work and exhaustive planning has made this the best year of Metazoo events so far. I'll be around in the chat for a bit to answer questions, right? So there's the news, everybody. That is it. I know a lot of people right now, I've been reading, I have been reading all the comments, and they're still going on. I want to touch base on a few things myself here. Now, let's see here. No, wrong thing. We want the photo here. There we go. All right, so there is the image that they put up. Cool Rummy's Cryptid Carnival. Please attend for the exclusive plushies and the giveaways all 4 days that they're there. Plus, there'll be pre-orders available for the new set that they've announced at New York City Comic Con, right? All right, well, first, let's go ahead and tap into a few things, right? Understandably, everybody, or a lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people are very upset. And this goes back to the initial part of this video where I said they gave all indications Caster's Cup was going to be held at New York City Comic Con. Let's break this down, right? So a lot of people try to save money. These events are very costly and expensive to attend. And the earlier you book a hotel room, the earlier you book your hotel, and the earlier you book your airfare, the cheaper it is. Right now, a lot of people are going to be canceling their hotels, but unfortunately, a lot of them will be stuck with their airfare. That you know, I worked in the airline business for 25 years. You cannot just cancel your tickets especially if you bought the cheap fare ones, you're stuck. You can't transfer them. You can't extend them. Especially with the airlines, if you don't book with one of the major airlines, you're pretty much out on that aspect. So I understand a lot of people are very upset over that, right? The hotels, sure, you could probably cancel. They may charge you a fee for canceling, so you're still going to lose some money. It just all depends on the hotel that you booked at. If you book through one of the third-party services, you may have lost your money that you had to put down. That does happen often with third parties. So like if you book with booking.com or any of those other ones, TripAdvisor, there's usually penalty to those if you didn't buy the insurance. That's the big key here. Again, I have 25 years in the travel industry, so I'm very aware of this stuff. So again, understandably, people are upset. Now, Metazoo came out and said, or I should say Andy, the president of Metazoo, came out and said, they never said they were holding it there. The problem I have with this is they're kind of circling around some responsibility here. It has been indicated from day one this is where the venue was going to be. People try to plan in advance and such. So I think there's some responsibility there. This is what I say. The first thing that should have been said is, and I understand trying to stay positive. I really do. But the first thing I think that should have been said was, we apologize. I'm going to say that, guys. I'm going to say that. The first thing Metazoo should have said was, we apologize for the inconvenience of what some people have taken to run out and book their stuff right away. Also, because they were still trying to hold it, right? They were still trying to hold Caster's Cup a couple weeks ago when they came out and said things in Discord, right? And of course, we had the AMAs just recently. People ran out and bought the Comic-Con tickets, which you could only buy in the resale market through Comic-Con's site. I believe that was light ticketing is what it was, or something like that. They paid a lot more money for the Comic-Con tickets now. And believe it or not everybody wants to go to Comic-Con. I know it's crazy. I want to go. I'm excited to go. I don't care. I would want to go. But I talked to a lot of people. They don't care about Comic-Con. It didn't matter to them. Okay? The booth didn't matter. There's a lot of things that didn't matter to these people. They were going to win the prize money. They were going for the tournament. They were going to play. That was all that mattered to them. So my first thing I would say is there should have been an apology straight off the bat, and there wasn't. You know, it's okay to say you're sorry. It really is. You don't have to avoid that. It's perfectly fine to say that and to accept a little bit of responsibility and just saying, hey, we know we indicated we were trying, because immediately the one thing I saw Andy say in Discord was, we didn't put out any asset, pictures. We didn't promote it. We weren't saying this stuff. That may be true. But there was always a level of indication there that it was happening. And I think, you know, you can't do that you can't do that. It's just people cannot wait to the last minute. I don't know why Metazoo thinks people can wait till the last minute to book these things, man. It just, people can't. People have jobs where, you know, you have to give very advanced notice to go to somewhere. Most people these days work on the weekends. They don't have weekends off anymore. It's not like the old days when people worked Monday through Friday and that was it, right? So I completely understand a lot of the community's, you know, level right now of being, you know, upset by this. I'm glad they made the announcement now. I really wish it would have been taken care of a while ago. They should have just come out and said, listen, we're pushing it, right? But they made the announcement now. At least they gave several weeks a notice for people to try and figure things out. So that's a good thing. Trying to take the positives out of this, right? Of course, the other positive I would say is, of course, the booth. It is going to be magnificent. It's going to be insane. It's going to be huge. There's going to be a lot of cool things going on. That's going to be the positive. Now, that's going to be for the crowd that's going because they love Comic-Con. They love all things Comic-Con, right? There's a lot of stuff happening outside of Metazoo at the Comic-Con, of course. That's one thing that gets me is the whole event itself is really awesome. And of course, again, with Metazoo partnering with Sanrio and introducing this giant new booth and all this new fun stuff that's going to happen, you know, that's just going to be another part of Metazoo's history. You know, again, they're not killing, they're not condemning, you know, they're not putting off Caster Cup. It's going to happen. They're just postponing it. And they did say, as you guys saw, it's happening this year. But I'm going to try and keep this at 16, 17 minutes, guys. That's the news. I didn't really want to deliver it. I really was contemplating making a video because I know a lot of people are really upset right now. There's not a whole lot to console people on this because, again, a lot of money was spent by a lot of people and, you know, a lot don't want to go. So it's going to be very, very interesting. I hope this doesn't hurt them in the long run. You know, I've always said I do believe Metazoo has a great future. I do think, and I've said this in my live streams, communication has to be changed. Has to be changed. You can't tell people weeks before an event that it's happening, weeks before the event where the venue is. You can't be doing this stuff. Needs to be confirmed in advance. Okay, whatever's going on over there at Metazoo, that's my only issue that I've had all along is saying, hey man, let's improve it. I saw here the one thing that Andy said that kind of got me was talking about the towers have been streamlined more and more. In my opinion, they have gone the opposite. They've gotten less and less. And there's nothing wrong. I think that's one thing people need to understand. That's one thing Metazoo needs to understand. There's nothing wrong, guys, with postponing things. There isn't. You've got a dedicated crowd here who have been following Metazoo. They love Metazoo. They're here to support Metazoo. I just think don't be afraid to let them know that, you know, maybe things are being postponed, things are being delayed, or something's happening. Don't be afraid of that. Don't worry about the scalper crowd out there, because the scalper crowd is the ones that hurt Metazoo. You know, they're the ones who hurt them in the long run right now. They're the ones who only bought into Metazoo to flip and make $1. That was the only people. This is your crowd, Metazoo Games. I'm talking to you right now. This is your crowd. This is the one who are here to support you. And the new ones that you want this upcoming Comic-Con, these are the ones that we want to build upon. And this is the IP we want to have here. This is the people you want to be here for the long term, right? So let's build upon this crowd. Let's make sure we do right. Let's keep this train rolling, okay? Let's keep the train rolling. Keep the train rolling. Keep moving forward with positive, you know, content, positive, you know, Metazoo games. The online client is almost here to everybody. There's so much good happening. Let's not let, you know, this communication issue hurt things. I think if we fix this one aspect, a lot of things will change, guys. Okay? That's my personal opinion to you guys. I've been very supportive of Metazoo since I've gotten in here. I literally gave up my entire channel of what I was doing to be here with Metazoo. It's all because of Mike Waddell. Mike, you're the reason I'm here. You're the reason why I've been making content. Okay? And Metazoo Games now has grown to be a part of my life. And, you know, I just want to see things improve, guys. That's it. That's it, everybody, from me here at EpicTube HD. Hope you guys, hope this helps you guys in any, way, shape, or form. Again, I'm here to try to keep everything going as positive as I can. I don't know what else to say, guys, but that's going to do it here at EpicTube HD. Again, I have my Epic Dark Tower Mothman Festival video coming out soon. Make sure to subscribe and support when it does drop, everybody. I could use all the support I can get here. Talk to you guys later, and as always, have more epic adventures with me here at EpicTube HD, guys. Peace out, and we'll see you in the next one.